I
Hey,
think if you're clipping,
This
you
is a
can
nasty
just
maze.
go right to the end, because I think you can just walk through the hole
What, I don't
and
need
trigger.
to...
Yeah, I think you can just walk through the. I mean, I think you can no clip through the door and drop down into the tunnel and just advance that way.
Okay, sounds like a good move to me. Hey, this is a plot door. Let's go straight through it. It's not triggering, but that might be because of the no clip.
Yeah, I think you want to.
might be, etc.
I think you want to turn off.
There
clip.
we go.
There we go.
So now we are in the land of nasty graphics glitches.
I can't even see because it's so dark in here.
This is the Nosferatu Warrens. This is where the Nosferatu live.
Away from society because they can't be seen.
Is that the game audio I'm hearing?
You might be hearing game audio. There is music in here.
Yeah, what? The point I'm trying to make here is I think this is a drinking game moment.
Oh,
Don't tell me there wasn't music in the...
There was background noise, but it was wasn't a song.
There is other background noise. Like every once in a while there will be whispers in here, but there is also a song.
In the vanilla game, all you get is the background. It's kind of a sound is all you get here.
So the Nosferatu have just left a random corpse lying around. Why is this?
To warn other people from invading their territory.
Looks rather ashen to me.
It was probably a vampire. It was probably a Shimichi at that.
I don't know. It seemed kind of like a crass decoration.
That red and the water, it's really distracting. I'm not gonna lie. It looks really artificial.
It's a bit glitched. The bright red is not what it's supposed to look like. You can see there's a line. What's above the line is what it's supposed to be. What's below the line is broken.
Yeah, that's really distracting.
It's not strictly water, or if it is, it's extremely hot water, because it is highly damaging if you step in it. It's not quite instant death, but it's pretty close.
I don't know. If I was in something that disgusting, I'd probably die too.
What the... Oh, you did not just try it.
I love camera positioning.
All right.
I hope you like his ass, because we're going to get a whole lot of it, apparently.
What? Oh, yeah, hold on a second.
I think I've learned something about Exetera today.
This is a drinking glitch. I'm counting this for the drinking game. Drink.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, drink whenever the camera does something embarrassing. Sounds like a good rule to me.
Just a harmless email, not a
I'm saying drink every single time it glitches. The game itself glitches every time.
Well,
drink.
Yeah, sorry. The name is Mitnick. I'm in charge of computer systems, network security, that kind of thing.
His voice
You're
acting is
Lincoln,
not
right?
good.
LaCroix's boy. Surprised you actually made it down here.
We are not LaCroix's boy, and I should kill you for saying that.
I've been following your progress on the cameras. Handled yourself.
You've been following my progress on the cameras, and you're not going to tell me about all that no-clipping I was doing?
Chad up there.
How polite.
Yeah, he knows why you're here. LaCroix must be pissed. But I hope you're not here looking for some... His room is just down the hall. You'll probably find him there. Or maybe he'll find you.
Why is the camera so twitchy?
Because we're not using Twitch.
Me?
Yes, we are.
Said I'm the resident tech head. Keep this place wired to the outside world. Gary won't.
I think it's trying to force you to talk to him on
nothing.
level,
Forget
but
about it.
can't because you're
Like I
approached.
said, just some network stuff. I'm trying to add a few more network hubs. Yeah, you do that. Man, that would really help me out.
So these are
I could hook you up along the way.
Mitnick's
Make
quests,
it
which
worth
are basically
your
just
while.
go through
I got
the
access
game
to
and
all kinds of
mess with
goodies.
network hubs in places, which is actually kind of cool because it lets you get to access some areas that you haven't been in for a while. You get to go to the theater for this, which is kind of neat.
They're also pretty
I need a
good
little
stealth
time to
quests.
set things up.
They are.
Technical details.
The shame
I'll send an email to your
we don't
Haven
really
to
stealth.
what needs to be done. That's
We
all
stealth
you
fine.
for now.
We stealth a hell of a lot better than Gangrel do.
That's
My
true.
Garo character was plenty stealthy too. Just when he needed to combat, he became suddenly very unstealthy.
You can put points in stealth as a Gangrel, but you get no supernatural aid, which makes some stealth things impossible. Unless you know Clip.
Theory. Michael Thornton is a Nosferatu.
That's interesting. I hadn't noticed this before. They are getting boxes from Gimbal for some reason.
Alright, so what's supposed to be in here is an artifact that I think you're going to get as a reward from Mitnick's quests, because I think that's one of the changes your patch made.
This Gary.
She got the cover of Glamourella this month.
Oh
No, that
man,
is
the
not
camera
good.
is messed up and I wasn't even trying this time.
Drink!
I mean, just look at her. Too fat, big teeth in her.
I think the game is
complexion.
trying to
Does she
show
wash
me
her
the
face with
poster over
cheese
there.
grater?
So anyway, she used to be a model and now she's a Nosferatu, and
a
she is
Nosferatu telling anyone that they
distinctly
look bad.
envious of some of her former coworkers.
A
I mean, like,
Nosferatu telling anyone that
ever
look
knew
bad
Tawny
is
Sessions
very
was
much
before
ironic.
I left the scene. She'd still be a fluff girl at Vivisection. Tawny Sessions is a wannabe face girl with no talent whatsoever and scabby little knees. Do you know she... Oh, right. You probably don't recognize me with this whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing I've got going on here. Before this neat little makeover, I used to be a model. I was all... I don't want to kill her. That's too quick.
Why do Nosferatu tend to be supermodels? Because that seems kind of opposed to the whole ugly-ass Nosferatu thing.
Because Nosferatu like turning people ironically.
Yeah, you can actually ask her about that, and she will say that
Gary says
Nosferatu
everyone has
think
to lay low
vain
until
people
this
need
thing
to
with
be
the
taught a
prince
lesson.
cools down. Until then, I'm stuck here watching the whole world kiss Tawny's big fat ass. I have some wireless cameras.
So
that I
this
need
is
you to
probably
set
the
up first.
meanest quest in the entire game. You can actually help her ruin this poor girl's
I'm
life.
sure you'll see good places
So we're gonna lose
to hide
humanity?
when you're there.
Yeah, you lose a humanity for this
Once
quest.
the cameras are in
Okay,
place,
let's do
you
it.
need to hook them up to the net.
You
Log
you
into your
actually
computer
don't lose the
using
humanity
password
if you refuse payment.
Cleopatra. From there, you'll be able to activate the cameras. Look, I'll definitely
So,
make it
side
worth your
note,
while if you do
Cleopatra
it, but
is
listen,
actually
I
a
don't want her
term
dead.
that
I want her
the Masquerade
Get
setting
in and get out
uses
without her knowing
for
about it.
Nosferatu
Understand?
like her. Nosferatu who have been embraced because they were vain, pretty people.
Well, great.
So who's our Mark Anthony?
Potentially the male version.
You know, if
Which
I were
is
gonna complain about this, I would probably write low poly on that. But whatever.
Yes, because the characters in the game are going to talk about polygons, etc.
It would be fun though.
These are Nosferatu, not Malkavian. Okay?
So, Gary is probably also a Cleopatra. He was probably also embraced.
Probably.
Because, well, he never outright says it, so we don't know for sure.
It's pretty obvious though.
So
and the
I
only
assume
reason-
Gary is from
By the
Fallout
clack
3. He's
smack
one of the many
cracking of
Gary
my
clones from that one
thumbs,
vault.
Something wicked this way comes.
This
I
is
don't
Gary.
remember seeing you on the guest list
Gary.
We're having a rap party for the Misfits about 40 years late. Cast and crew only, boss. Maybe I'm in your head. Uh-oh. You might have picked up one of those psychoses so common to new kindred.
This is fun as a Malkavian. Your response to that can be, "You sound nothing like the voice in my head."
We are talking, but you
To which his response is, "Well, maybe I killed that voice."
I'm over here, boss.
You sound more insane than I do.
Maybe I'm over here. Or maybe I'm behind you with a hatchet in my hand. Or did you ever stop to think that your fear, if given a voice, would sound like this?
He's clearly enjoying himself.
I don't know, boss. You tell me. After all, I didn't crash your party. You don't say. Wake up, boss.
Well, old
Or do you think
vampires
you're
have to
dealing
find
with
some way to
Wales will
entertain
report
themselves.
send you on this snipe hunt. Oh, that's right. I know you work for the prince. You should have got here sooner. That lot's been sold. I like to discuss business face to face. Are you sure, boss?
So he's being really self-conscious about his appearance here. He is actually really good looking for a Nosferatu. I don't get why he's
Careful what
complaining.
you wish for.
That's not saying
Just
much. Good looking for a
might.
Nosferatu. That doesn't tell me a whole lot.
I mean, Amalia's not particularly hideous either.
Oh, that's what our comparison is. Good for a Nosferatu. I guess he's
well-
all right.
Yeah, compare him to Kanker or Bertram.
Yeah,
Or, I mean,
he looks
Mitnick
kind
and
of
Amalia are both worse than this. He's basically fine. I mean, he doesn't look great, but he doesn't look way outside the ordinary human range. I would not be surprised if he could go on the street with, a hat on or something.
or maybe a hood.
What? You don't
So, I mean,
recognize me from the pictures?
This kind of brings up
Gorgeous
something
Gary
that
Goat
we're not going to see because we're not playing as a Nosferatu.
Town or Tap Hotel.
But if you play as a
Before your
Nosferatu,
time,
in that
it
opening
was.
scene that shows your embrace,
Days are long
your sire
past.
does not look like a
Nowadays,
Nosferatu.
it's just Gary.
Your sire looks like a normal vampire.
That's probably just an oversight.
It is not an oversight. It is actually strictly lampshaded in the cutscene. Once you get to the theater where the prince chops off your sire's head, there's a flash of light, and then your sire appears as a Nosferatu.
Ah, clever.
That is
right, because the player character wouldn't go anywhere near an obvious Nosferatu.
Right, but that is something that is not outside the rules of the game. One of the power levels of Obfuscate in the tabletop game allows you to change your appearance to look like somebody else.
Handy.
Two.
Where did it go? That thing seems to get around more than Mae West. Why, might I ask, should I give you that information?
Two.
Oh,
Because
my
no one wants to
hero.
use the core as
Had it
leverage.
not been for that damn Shamisi, you'd still be searching under rocks for us. It was hardly a favor, but I know where your prince's prize is. There's very little that doesn't leak down into this place. Tell me, boss, you ever gone up against a Quay-Jin?
Hang on, didn't we go up against Equation already? Krellen, did
Yeah,
we do that
that's-
quest?
So can we say four?
No, I don't think we did. I think I suggested we could get a quest from Nox, and you said no.
The Quay-Jin
Okay.
are vampires.
But even if you have
Not
done that
like
quest, you
kindred.
don't get the option to say yes,
Sometimes
you
known
have.
as the vampire
Lame.
beast.
Not a legitimate
They
option
ain't
to say
kin,
no.
boss. They're just someone else that, if you ain't being careful, might give you the final death. Even for old Gary, there ain't much more to tell. You see, I sent an agent, Barabbas, to snoop around Chinatown, do a little hacking, make a few contacts. But he hasn't been calling lately, and it's breaking my heart.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep being polite to Gary. I still...
Let me guess, you want me to
That's
find him?
original. You think that you up for a little trip to Chinatown? You're in no danger there.
So one thing I like about Gary
Best you don't mention
is,
my
like, you
name
can do
there,
that.
boss.
God damn it! Why does
That's the
everybody ask me to
going
do
rate for
something
my
around
info
here?
right now.
And he
You
just
get our
goes,
chum
"Welcome
back
to
from
Unlife,
Chinatown.
boss."
I'll give you what you need.
It does seem like that, or we are all the
Golden
vampires
Temple
just
in
errand boys for other
Chinatown.
vampires,
It's
essentially.
a piss-poor copy of a real place. Looks like it'd be more at home in a theme park. That I saw is where you'll find the leader of the L.A. Quay.
Yeah, I actually
They
kind
call
of
her
like
Ming Zhao.
Gary's voice acting. I think he's got the
Sounds
only
dangerous.
funny accent in the game that
No,
doesn't
this
sound
ain't a suicide
atrocious.
Mission, boss. You'll be more of a curiosity. than
The
a
actor is
threat.
clearly having fun with the
To
role.
Zhao. Ask her where my
Plus,
boy
he actually
is.
sounds kind of like an old-time
Once
radio
he's safe,
actor,
I'll
which
tell you
is
everything you need
useful
to
for
know
this
about the
role.
sarcophagus.
Did I imagine I do a good Herbert Daring Dashwood?
Don't.
You actually
No.
have done it. We've heard it. We don't need to hear it again.
Are you sure? I'd love to
Yes.
put a performance on for you.
We're very, very sure.
I mean,
So,
I
ask
thought
him-
you guys loved the
Ask him
last.
why he doesn't go himself.
Forget it, boss. It's Chinatown.
That is an homage.
To what?
I don't get the reference.
Let's
Got anything I
use
can
your
use to protect
head
myself?
and your eyes. Chinatown's more liable to off you than 10 Hollywoods, but not if you're smart. Not that I know of. It's like the eye of the hurricane right now. Don't make those winds blow, boss. Of course. What kind of a monster do you take me for? There is a method to my madness, boss. There's a payphone in Chinatown. I'll call you with the info once Barabbas is safe. Until then, you'll never know where I am.
You'll be down here, boss.
Miss me, boss.
Actually, he could be anywhere.
Yes, but there is no reason for him to be anywhere other than down here, so... Particularly as he says he doesn't want to go to Chinatown.
Or maybe he was just screwing with you and wants to go to Chinatown anyway.
So it's an homage to a movie called Chinatown.
Let me guess, Gary acted in it?
No,
It was a real world movie, I'm assuming.
Chinatown is a real movie. It actually starred Jack Nicholson.